Hey guys, today is finally the day I'm going to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks in Gmail. So let's get started. Okay, so first what I want to share with you is just the main settings of Gmail and what you can change about your layout in your view. So if you come up here and you click on the top right settings button, you can see that there are some density settings, which is basically meaning, so default is when it shows when there's an attachment on the email by showing it below the email itself. Then you also have comfortable view, which is basically what you're seeing right here for me, or you've got compact view, which makes it even smaller, which in my opinion I cannot see at all. So then you can also change your theme, which I just have mine in regular theme, and then you can also change the inbox type, which is like what you will see first when you come in. Do you want to see your important first, or at least what it considers your important, as well as unread first or starred first, whatever you want to change that to, and what you want to see when you first log in. Then you can also change the reading pane, so you can choose to have it to the right of the inbox, below the inbox, or no split, where if you click on, a email, it's going to go inside that email and pull it up on the whole screen. So those are examples of just the main settings. Now you can click to see all settings, and there is tons of changes that you can do and customization that you can make towards your Gmail account. Now we can go more in depth into that into a future video, but that is just a lot for right now. So next what I want to talk about is the top 3 sections that you're going to see here. You're going to see primary, social, and promotions. Now what it's trying to do here is group up your different emails that are coming in to make it a little bit more easy to read and understand. So they've got your social channels that they're coming from, as well as the promotions, so like different ads and stuff that you're getting from different websites. Now, something that is really important to know is you can always star an email. And what that means is you come over here to one of your emails that you want to star, you click on the star icon, and it automatically moves this email into the starred folder. So if you really want to make sure that you pay attention to a certain email, you can just star it, and there it is inside that starred folder. And you can always unstar it, and it will be then removed from that email folder. Something that I think is really cool to use for Gmail, especially when you're taking vacations or you really want to stop work at 5 p.m. at the end of the day, there is something called Snooze. When you go to the far right of any email, you can click this time little icon, and you can choose to snooze the email. Now, what this means is it basically hides it away from you into the snoozed folder, into the snoozed folder until a certain time that you want it to be released, and then you can continue replying to that conversation. So that is a really cool option if you are, it's 5:30 at the end of the day and you want to go home and you don't want to think about that conversation anymore until tomorrow morning. Well, then you can just snooze it until tomorrow morning and it will pop right back up unread into your inbox. The other thing that I need to point out, because I know many Outlook users watch our videos, is that when you're creating a new Gmail email, it will pop up in a separate window just like this when you hit that plus button in front of the emails that you're already at. I find this incredibly helpful when you're trying to maybe copy some information from another email. You can have it pulled up just right there behind it and type in anything that you need to know. I think that's super cool and something definitely to note. Now, while we're inside an email, I want to show you some cool functionalities when you're creating an email inside Gmail. Now, something that's really cool that I have discovered is the confidential mode, where you're required to use a password to get into that email. Super helpful if you're trying to send some information that you're a little bit nervous about sending through email. That's just an extra layer of protection if you're trying to send passwords or bank information or anything like that. Now, how you make an email go full screen is you would click on these three buttons down below to the right, and you would click default to full screen, and it would then pull up the full screen for that email, just like this. Now, the last thing I want to talk with you guys about that's inside an email is the schedule send. This is incredibly helpful, and I use it all the time. If you are creating an email and you decide that you actually don't want to send it right now, maybe it's too soon, or you just want to send it to somebody tomorrow morning instead, whatever that may be, when you go to click send, instead of pressing the send button, you click this drop down arrow and it pulls up schedule. Now, when you click on this, it comes up with recommended times that they will give you, but you can also down below pick your own date and time and schedule it to the exact time that you would like it to send. I use this a lot for school or for work, and it is incredibly helpful. Something to note is that if you don't remember when you scheduled an email, or maybe you want to cancel it or something like that, there is an option when you click down more here. There is a scheduled inbox that you can click on and see what you have scheduled, and it will let you know the time and the date that it is going to send out. So if you ever want to check on those, you can go straight here. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is labels. I can't help but talk about this because it is a very useful tool when you are trying to group up things and keep your email organized. Now, you scroll down in the left here to click create new label, and we'll call this test 2 and click create. It is going to pop up down below drafts, so I already have test 1, and test 2. Now, they're going to automatically show up with no colors, but you can choose to change the color by clicking on the three dots next to the one that you would like to change, and then you click label color and then choose which color you would like. Now, if you see, I already had 2 emails that I grouped in test, and they showed up colored in my inbox. I think this is super helpful to keep everything organized, and I use it a lot. So now I'm going to show you how you move them to a label. So when you want to move a email to a label, you will click on those emails that you want to send, go up here to labels, and then click on the label that you would like to move it to. So I changed that one to test 1. Now I notice that that's gray, so I'm going to come over here and click on the 3 dots and change that to green. Is that green or is that mint? I don't know. Whatever you think down below in the comments. So these are just a few helpful tips when using Gmail that I love to use on a daily basis. But if you have any tips that you love using, please comment down below your thoughts and what you like to use. We're going to be making a Gmail video focused on the admin side of things and what Google Workspace has to bring to the table. So we are excited to dive more into that, as well as Outlook versus Gmail. So tune in for those, and thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.